You should. You should totally fish. So, hey, everybody, I'm here with Jimmy Lampros, my buddy and fishing guide, and we're going to talk today about Hemlock. And specifically, the Hemlock is the two of wands in our deck. Jimmy, where are you at, man?
I'm on the
Not
Chagrin River.
Okay. I said, don't be burning any spots.
I'm going to try not to.
That's awesome. I reached out to you because we've worked together on some writing and art projects before, and Hemlock was a big part of kind of our branding on the projects we worked on. And I know you had some connections with Hemlock. You want to tell me kind of when you see Hemlock, what do you think about, or how does that work for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I grew up fishing these rivers, and I would say if there's a signature characteristic to our rivers, it's what you're seeing behind me with these shale walls. And on some of those rivers, you know, those walls are 100, 200 feet high. And wherever you see those shale walls, you tend to see those hemlocks. So to me, I mean, they kind of symbolize really a transformation in my life after getting into fishing and, you know, everywhere that took me and all the people I met through it. So I've always just kind of had a thing for it.
That's super cool. When you are out there right now fishing, I guess the card is choice. That's the meaning that's put on it. You know, so I feel like it's got a split hemlock. It's, you know, got one coming out of two different trunks. Choice. What does that mean for you when you look at those hemlocks and think about the choices you've got to make?
Yeah. You know, I guess one thing is I have like a perpetual visual image of those hemlocks dusted in snow in the winter. And oftentimes with ice, you know, you'll have icicles 4 or 5 feet hanging off of them. And so I think about the choice. It's like, do I want to go? How bad do I want to be out there when it's 20 degrees and, you know, snowing and there's breaking ice out of the river? But it's usually not a hard choice. I usually end up going. So.
I feel like fishermen are superstitious, man. What's your fishing superstition or your fishing kind of rituals?
Oh man, so much of that is so ingrained. I think I don't even think about it. You know, I'm not a gearhead. I don't get into all the new equipment. I fish rods that are 10 years old because they still work fine. But the one thing I do have a problem with is flies. And it's really interesting. It's kind of like this dichotomous thing because for the fishing I do most of the time, I don't think fly selection is that important. In other words, if you know, you've got a couple of flies that are near to the right thing, you're probably going to catch fish. It's probably not the flies that are the problem. So I don't end up changing flies that often when I'm fishing. However, I always carry a giant pack that has way more than 3,000 flies in it. And it's just kind of like this thing where I'm worried there's going to be that day where the one bug that I want isn't in my pack. So I might as well just bring them all.
Oh my God. So, I love it. That speaks to choice, man. That's choice.
The more choices, the better.
Do you have it with you right now?
My pack?
Yeah.
I do. You want it's over here, but I can go walk over to it.
3,000 flies.
I mean, that's a guess. And a wet camera. Yeah.
Oh, you know. God, Jimmy.
So there's too many of them in there to even show you.
I understand. When you're making the choice of flies, what are you going to choose today? What's your, what are you feeling? And how do you decide what to choose?
So I'm steelhead fishing. This river today is pretty low and clear, probably about 4 feet of visibility, which we don't get that often this time of year. So low and clear, I tend to go smaller, more natural flies that, you know, are more representative of stuff the fish might actually see. Whereas when the water's higher and off color, you know, bright colors, bigger flies, you know, we're fishing bright pinks, bright chartreuse, stuff they don't probably really see much of in nature, but they tend to get a little bit more selective when the water's low and clear. And the other part of it is one of my philosophies over the years is there's a lot of fishing pressure around here, especially it's 65 degrees in Cleveland today in March. So there's a lot of people out, and those fish, they're smarter than we give them credit for. They see their share of flies, they get hooked. You'll catch fish that have been caught and released before. And I do think that having something different than what other people are throwing can make a big difference. So over the years, although I tend to stick to the same confidence patterns, I've definitely thrown in more kind of off the wall, different colors, different profiles of flies, just to show them something different on a day when the usual stuff's not doing what it's supposed to.
That's cool. That's really cool. And so you're fishing now till sundown, and you're going to catch some steelhead today, I'm guessing. Oh, look at that. Look at that puppy.
Got the co-pilot here.
That's so awesome. It looks like you guys are going to have a blast. It doesn't look like – I don't see anybody else. I don't have a great visibility on the river, but it looks like you got a spot to yourself.
And I usually when I come down on this spot, I'm the only one here, and I kind of like to keep it that way.
Yes, sir. Yeah. We got to work on your camera angles, make sure we're not showing anything. Right. Yeah, we'll make sure of that. That's awesome. Give me one more superstition, Jimmy, before I let you go.
Well, I would say as exciting as it is when you catch a fish on the first cast or on the first couple of casts, it's usually the kiss of death for the day, or at least for the next few hours. So especially when I'm guiding, if we get into one right away, I always kind of hold my breath, because inevitably the client assumes we're going to bang them up all day long, and inevitably that's not how it goes. So that's certainly one. And, I like to swing flies for steelhead when I can and where I can. So I think it's kind of, I'll carry two rods. Like today, I'm carrying two rods, one set up for swinging a streamer and one set up for drifting under an indicator. And I think it's bad juju to go through a spot with the indicator first, because it's kind of cheating.
Oh, yeah.
So
God, choice, Jimmy. It's another choice. You've got another choice in front of you.
Of swinging a fish up, then you need to start with that and not take the easy way, or else you're asking for it.
Oh, God, that's great. That's really good, Jimmy. That's so good, man. Well, thanks for hopping on. I'm not trying to keep you from these fish, because I see you've got a good-looking river to yourself, and I don't want to hog up your time, man.
I love it. It's great. Good to see you. Good to catch up.